It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Titans and the Bears, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago, and we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons, and whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right, it was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so...
Nick Folk ready to do the honors. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And leading them out to the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
Here's the moment this fan base has dreamt of since this pick was announced. Their number 1 pick, savior of the franchise, captaining their offense in week 1. The expectations are sky high, maybe even unrealistic to a degree, but the future is undoubtedly bright with him right at the center of your team. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He gets 6 on that play, and that's good for a Bears first down. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard there, so they'll be staring down 2nd and 14. On the ground, it's Herbert again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Trying an inside give to Herbert. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down. They're set up at the 35 now. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the 2 were not able to reel it in.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
And he's tackled for a short gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Complete beyond the marker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal. Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. Johnson will score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. Jackson now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. Bringing them out to the second overall pick back in 2015 out of Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
Now Mariota. Pass brought in by Treylon Burks. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Throwing is Mariota. That'll be complete to Burks. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Mariota. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Mariota. Henry on the catch. And this one doesn't go far.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Williams from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense who puts a sack on the board. So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Titans will get set to take over. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing off the play fake here. He'll get this to Henry.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
This one falls incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
3rd and long for him here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Mariota. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
Here he is on 3rd and long, dialing up a receiver screen. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
Putting the tight end in motion. Caught by Westbrook-Akine. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
That's caught for the 1st. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Ready to go with our 2nd quarter. Titans with the ball and a chance to score. Mariota to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Here's Mariota now. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Mariota. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Titans tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Chicago getting set to take the field now. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. First down, Williams. Connects with his back, Khalil Herbert. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down.
I think that time the defense was thinking a run play was going to come at them, right? Actually, most of us probably thought that was the right call. Still, wasn't a problem for them to adapt and get into coverage and force now a fourth down.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Titans will have plenty of work to do on their next drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. That's taken in by Henry.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Now on 2nd and 10. He'll get this complete to Westbrook-Akine. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Brought in by Burks. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Here come the Bears back out on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First down throw by Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles,
and someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Adoree Jackson makes the play. And the Titans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. A toss now to Henry. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They'll throw on third and long. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Washington now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Bears about set for their next possession. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. It's caught, Herbert. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Second and 3 now. Herbert straight ahead. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Williams to throw on first. He's throwing deep to the left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. From the gun, here's Herbert. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Amani Hooker with the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down. Working from the gun, Williams. They'll have the first down and even more. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The big play nets them 17 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now here's Williams. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bears first down. The give to Herbert. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run with Herbert. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he has the Chicago touchdown! The Bears take a second quarter lead. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends, made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Jackson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Titans are headed back out there now, led by Marcus Mariota. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's brought in by Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Throwing is Mariota. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Back to throw, Mariota. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Caught by Westbrook-Ikhine. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Now Mariota stays in the pocket. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. 2nd and 4. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome aboard to you and Brock. And to you at home as we take you around the NFL here on NFL Kickoff Weekend 2024. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the Dolphins who were able to pick up the victory at home. Tua Tagovailoa with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. In the first half, it was the rookie from USC, Caleb Williams, who was looking the part. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Jackson now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here's the Tennessee offense getting ready to start our third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Play action on first down. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Has a man, it's Brown. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They go play action on first. That throw finds Okonkwo. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. From the red zone now. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Motioning him from the slot right. This is Henry on second. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll send him over right. They'll run here with Henry. We'll take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans take the lead right away in half number 2. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans push their lead to 3. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Bears and receiver Darnell Mooney headed out there now. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Williams from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. The trouble is you wait too long, you end up on your back.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. The Titans ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And the Titans will have a 1st down. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
A give right side to Henry. And they had that one contained right at the line. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing now off play action. Buying some time left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Bears and Khalil Herbert to take over once more. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Has the connection to Odunze. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
It's a give here for Herbert. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. That was Harold Landry making the tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A run now with Herbert. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Now a give right side to Herbert. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this third down. Working from the gun, Williams escapes the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. So now here comes the Titans on offense. Back to throw, Mariota. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's Mariota now. That'll be complete to Burks. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 3 now. Mariota. That's taken in by Henry. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jalen Johnson with the stop. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here he goes on the bootleg. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Still sticking with the passing game. He'll get this to Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Here's 2nd and 11. Into the hands of Okonkwo.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Titans have it with the lead. Just got to hang on for a little bit longer. They've got 1st down from the 31. They'll throw it again. Okonkwo brings it in.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Here's Herbert. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. On the ground, it's Herbert. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. Back to throw, Mariota. Complete out to the right side. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now Mariota. Brought in by Burks. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
He'll get this one to Brown. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They motion the tight end over. That's brought in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That finds Burks, complete. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Mariota to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down. Fakes the handoff. Now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate, and I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone, you got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that, a huge sack for this defense.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. They're running the option, short side. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Henry. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Mariota. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Mariota. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Titans keeping their offense on the field. Love it. They're trying for 2. He's throwing for it. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner. Netting him a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback, right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to...
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Titans are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Mariota. Hits him on the out route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here he goes on the bootleg. Looking right, and he finds him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, his big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Titans looking like they'll start this season with a win. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. The defense calls a timeout, and that's their first. So the Titans left with a 4th down, and we're going to see Nick Folk after the try. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead. The kick by Gano is good. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a 1st down. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Running it after the penalty. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Once more, here's Henry. And he's brought down for a loss. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They send the tight end in motion. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. But when you get an opportunity in the red zone on 3rd down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance. Because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal.
So the Titans left with a 4th down, and we're going to see Nick Folk after the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Gano is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense ready to take the field now. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. First down throw by Williams. That throw finds Komet. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. First down, Williams. Komet brings it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway. So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Desperation time here on fourth. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Titans will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win on the road for the Titans. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans are your winners as we say so long from Chicago.